Greetings! What is up? And a very warm welcome to the channel. The sun is shining. It is literally the crack of dawn. It is just coming up over the horizon. It's quite a spectacular day out there. We got a little bit of clouds, a little bit of blue sky, a little bit of lovely sunlight, just a hint of mist over lovely old England. Very happy to be here. And of course, the Magpie is casting. Coming at you guys right now with a live 1 versus 1 battle featuring spawning in the north. It is going to be the Overcommand West forces of SADBOYS, Banzaillammas. Banzaillammas, yeah, good Banzaillammas. Good name there. Good name. Got to say that one did catch me by surprise a little. Wasn't quite expecting to have to say that this morning. And spawning down in the south, it is going to be the United States forces of RtN's momo4sho. That's right. Prolific in the NA analysis and casting scene. He's lent a hand in ESL. He's a bit of a character in the community. And a very talented player as well. Usually makes decent runs into the NA ESL tournaments. So, yep, definitely a player who knows what he's doing. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he decides to bring to the table today with the American forces. Let's just take a look at his commanders. Nothing too spicy down here. We've got Airborne, Mechanized, and Armor Company. Banzaillama's going to go ahead and pick the Breakthrough Doctrine, which I have to say is increasing in popularity. I don't know if that's just off the back of Helping Hands doing really well on quite high-profile stages with it, or if everybody else is also getting the same results. But, yep, this is a really fantastic commander. It's always been a really fantastic commander. It hasn't particularly changed, although I suppose fixing infantry veterans, he does help Panzer Fusiliers. It's just always been very good, and it's nice to see it getting some love. Panzer Fusiliers are really good. The late game insurance policy that is the Jagdtiger is, well, it's a very potent unit. It does require quite a lot of babysitting, but depending on the map, it can be highly effective. A narrow open map like this is typically quite a good one for a Jagdtiger, though I have to say I don't think I've ever actually personally used one on this map, so we'll have to wait and see if it is going to be any good. That is if indeed SADBOYS manages to get one out. Let's not forget the thing's bloody expensive and can't come out until the 15 CP limit. SADBOYS Banzaillama's here. Going to be going for a slightly unusual build. He's gone for the old 2 Storm Pioneers Kubel, and then he had Volks coming out as his 4th or 3rd unit built, if you like, his 4th unit total. So, yep, going to favour the old Storm Pioneers. Now, I do see this used against Brit forces reasonably often, because you can rush down those Tommies with the Storm Pioneers quite handily. A riskier proposition for sure against USF, but you know, definitely still possible. You can definitely take some fights with it. There's a fight going on there. There's also a fight going on over here as a Kugelwagen and the other squad of Storm Pioneers going to force back these riflemen. So actually things going quite well for Banzaillama's here, quite at this stage in the game. Yeah, going to force back this rifleman squad as well, and I imagine the Stormtroopers should be able, the Storm Pioneers should be able to get rid of these rear echelons relatively quickly. Just 1 or 2 windows on this side of the building versus 4 STG assault rifles. Does not favour those rear echelons. Also going to park the Kugelwagen on the fuel point here, just going to be super annoying. Now here comes the WC-51 truck, which means Momo has gone ahead and picked a commander. I guess he feels like he needed the early buff here to help against this brutal aggression from the Overcommand player. So Momo here has gone for the Mechanized Company. Just hit pause on the YouTube channel right now if you want to overview those abilities at your leisure. But suffice to say, for the mere price of 20 fuel, wow, that's quite expensive, and 240 munitions, he can call in the WC-51 truck with a 50 cal on the back. And that's what he's going to be using here to push back the Kugelwagen and hopefully some of this Axis infantry. Now this is a very soft target, this truck. It can be taken out even just by if Storm Pioneers get too close, so Momo's going to have to micro this one very carefully, and it does represent 20 fuel, which he'll be wanting to get back with his withdraw and refit that comes in at 2 command points. Now, I don't know, he won't want to do it literally just then, but he will be wanting to get some of this fuel back, I would have thought. These Storm Pioneers here are going to be forced back. That was a very unprofitable engagement against these riflemen. You are going to have to excuse me. I seem to be coming down with like a minor bug this morning. I don't know what that's about, but anyway. Wow, getting a Star of Veterans here already. The Step on It ability. Ooh. Okay, the crew are just going to hop out to heal, which means that I cannot actually tell you what that ability does. And I have no idea because I never ever use this commander. Come on, Momo, get your dudes back in. I want to see what the ability does. Thank you. So just the unit moves faster but can't fire. It seems to cost no munitions and it lasts for 20 seconds. So that's pretty useful get out of jail free card, isn't it? 4 squads of riflemen we're up to now for momo4sho. Let's just take a look here and see if we have any tech on the loose in the hoose. Not quite yet. Oh, I suppose he doesn't quite have the fuel, so he will do very shortly, actually. There we go. That'll explain that. Skirmishes unfolding across the map. We've got a squad of riflemen getting into a very nice structure here. Going to be able to do very good damage to these Volksgrenadiers, but will be outgunned in the end. Storm Pioneers going to be forced back here. Meanwhile, in the south, Volksgrenadiers probably want to think about making a move on these riflemen, but it's going to be difficult, actually. Looks like they're going to go for the building here. There we go. And that should enable them to push back that squad of riflemen, maybe. If this squad here comes into the fight, though, that could be a difficult one. Actually, here comes a Kugelwagen on support here. Up in the north, looks like these riflemen, with the help of the WC-51, are taking this. There we go. Banzaillama's on top of his multitasking and awareness, though. Going to get those Volksgrenadiers out before they get wiped, but this is annoying. This is the fuel point here for the overcommand player, which Momo is going to be denying. And remember, he does have his other his own one here, just down here on the minimap. You can see he has his own fuel point connected, so going to be taking a nice little resource swing here. Is momo4sho. Let's just move the camera here. We can get all the units into this fight. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Now, I'm not sure, you know, how good he is, how much punch this commander is going to have in the late game, particularly against a commander as prolific in the late game as the Breakthrough Doctrine. So we'll have to see how things go. Looks like we're going to have the the 3/4-ton ambulance going to be on the way here. Oh, wow, Captain Tech. Controversial. Captain Tech here going to be the choice for Momo. Now that speaks to me that he has a plan. He's not just going to do the standard, you know, Lieutenant Tech into Utility Car, into Captain Tech, into Steward, and blah, 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 like we're used to seeing all the time with American forces. You know, we're used to seeing that for a very good reason. It's a very good build. These Storm Pioneers, oh, they don't want to stand there. There we go. Banzaillama's on top of it. He's going to start moving in, trying to get some real damage onto these riflemen. Bear in mind at this range, of course, the cover will be ineffective, so that's not actually helping those Storm Pioneers. And let's take a look at the scoreline here. So 469 for momo4sho, 452 here for Banzaillama's. So very close in the scoreline, about 19 points difference so far, which Banzaillama's doing his best to redress right now as he's got the Kugelwagen capping mid, Volks capping south. Momo's captain is now on the field. Hashtag free squads, US glory. So, yep, we're going to have the double Zook squad going to be on the field. That's going to curtail the Kugelwagen quite nicely. Wow, has he still not built any tech? Oh, he has built tech. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, so the Battle Gripper HQ has come down in proximity to the base, therefore allowing the heals, as is typical Overcommand style. Yeah, I don't know. I think Panzer Fusiliers would be a sweet choice for the next unit, actually. He has the manpower, but I suppose he's just brought this truck in, and that says that he probably wants to use said truck. He's gonna have Schwerpanzer fuel up shortly if he wants it. Although judging by the positioning on this truck, we'll see where it's actually off to, but it looks like he might be going for a mech reg with it. Yeah, it looks like that's going to become a mechanized regiment. So going and getting all of his tech. Here's that mechanized regiment deploying now. Or getting all of his tech online very early, and he hasn't actually even used his Battle Gripper HQ tech at all. Looks like he just wants to climb the tech tree right now, does Banzaillama's. We'll see what he's got in store for us. He's actually seemingly doing quite well. You know, we're up to the 8-minute mark, and he's actually doing okay with just these units. But now the fights are going to get harder. The captain is on the field. Yeah, these Storm Pioneers are going to prove to be a bit of a liability. There we go, they're taking a lot of fire here. Riflemen, once they get some stars of veterancy, which these guys now are beginning to get, will cut through Storm Pioneers. Pardon me. Before they can get into their optimal range to do any damage, here we go, these Storm Pioneers are going to be forced back as well. Oh, they're probably going to lose another model, maybe two if they're unlucky on the fallback here. There goes one. And looks like they're going to get away there. And look at the minimap. I'm going to crack the tack. Look at this. Momo pushing across every single front here, grabbing all of the victory points. He's grabbing his opponent's fuel point. This is just savvy plays here from Momo. Really good to see. He's also, let's see, there are Volks in this building. That's pretty much the only unit on the field right now. Banzaillama's feels like he needs a Panzer II Lukes, and I can hardly blame him. So that is going to be the choice, the plucky little light tank here. But, I mean, look at this. There's going to be a Stuart coming onto the field at more or less the exact same time here for Momo. You know, you probably don't need me to tell you who wins out of those two, but turns out a Stuart really does trump a Lukes. Now, I'm guessing at some point during this entire affair, the WC-51 was withdrew and refitted. Yeah, that has gone. The fuel was, or a portion of the fuel was returned to Momo, which is why he's pretty much on curve with this Stuart here. Now, these riflemen actually could get a rifle grenade. Okay, they're not going to try for it. On the Panzer II. Has to be careful there. What is this camo? Is this just Panzergrau? Alright, it's Panzergrau, but because of the lighting coming through these trees, it's looking all dappled and awesome. That's pretty cool. Panzergrau, pretty boring color scheme in general, but anyway. Anyway, yeah, here comes the fight with the Stuart, though. Going to take a dive here, getting the crew stun straight away. Going to swing on in here and just start bullying the Panzer II. Here comes the captain. The Zooks are in the hood. And this is looking really, really bad right now for Banzaillamers. The Panzer II is going to go down for nout. And there's very little, if anything, here that can punish this Stuart. I mean, here comes a Shrek on a Volt, bang, and here comes another, actually. So, whoa, Momo needs to be a little quicker getting this guy out of here. Biff takes a couple of hits there. Getting in some jeopardy right now is the Stuart. Whoa, where's the retreat path? Whoa, these Volksgrenadiers, if Banzaillamers is feeling on point, he needs to be, okay, he's going to be too late. If he was moving this way earlier, he wasted the threat round as well. He could have got that Stuart for sure. If he'd have come around here like this earlier, he would have got that Stuart. He's still going to try and look for a shot, actually, but I don't think he's going to find it. Is he going to find a shot? Oh my god, he actually finds a shot here. Oh my god, he gets the Stuart. That I did not expect, but that is well played for and gotten. Now, these Volks are getting peppered quite badly by the riflemen here. Oh, just one left. Momo is chasing, but I don't think he's going to get it. Meanwhile, fight over here as a couple of riflemen squad going to be just chewing on through the forces that are here. Volksgrenadiers going to be left to fend for themselves, and that's no good. Here come this reinforcing Storm Pioneers, though, and they are going to be able to hoon some damage in. I think he should have focused fire the weaker squad, but he's actually going to be getting a lot of good damage in. 2 stars is when Storm Pioneers really start taking names, but he needs to get his delicate and expensive infantry out of there, and he does. Momo just using riflemen to their advantage here, using them like a sledgehammer, able to bludgeon his way through the Axis infantry, as so often we see American forces do. Panzer Fusiliers are finally on the front, though, the 6-man squads, adding extra durability to Banzaillama's infantry lineup. And I have to say, credit where credit's due, Banzaillama actually hasn't dropped any of these infantry squads, so that's really nice. You know, he's actually getting reasonable veterans here appearing over those squads now, which is enabling him to compete with these American forces who are likewise vetting up. And the Kugelwagen, although only on a pixel, is still alive. Now, here we have the, it's the half-track, the M3 half-track assault group. So this is the one which has the assault engineers who are with the smugs in, and they can like, you know, lay mines and stuff. They're pretty useful. I think they can lay demo charges, actually. Yeah, pretty sure it's demo charges. We'll soon see. Yeah, here we go. So they can. Okay, so they can lay mines. So that's pretty cool. Anyway. Whoa, Panzer Fusiliers here getting roasted and toasted a bit. They're going to have to be careful here. Whoa, did these engineers come with a flame or do you have to buy it? I'm pretty sure they don't come with that, right? Anyway. And I believe this half-track can actually reinforce, so... Oh, wow, and he's going to be doing drive-bys with 9 riflemen in the back. That is spicy tech there. Momo doing some nice stuff. Oh, he's just shoving these Volks around. There comes the fallback, and it is very much needed. Now, remember, the Panzer Fusiliers do have the anti-tank rifle grenade. Looks like they're angling for a shot here, but they get the flame whilst doing so. Yeah, they're going to have to fall back. All the riflemen pile on out of the M5, and it's kind of reminiscent of like a police van just unloading the squads here. And up in the north, we got another fight being taken. 2 squads of Storm Pioneers, both 2-star. That's some pretty spicy firepower here. Momo has to respect that. The captain getting raked by STG fire there. Yeah, 2-star Storm Pioneers really do pack a close-range punch. Like, it's quite intense. We just see an incendiary grenade come down here just to displace these riflemen. That might be nice. Yeah, Momo forced to fall back. A lot of infantry up here in the north, but, you know, handily taking the south. And look at the mini-map, you know. Momo's just keeping the pressure on here. Another Schwerer another Schwerer Vermacht Schlepper going to be coming on out here for Banzaillamers, indicating that he wants to get his Schwerer Panzer HQ online, and that does make a lot of sense. But I think what would make some more sense as well is probably getting a Raketenwerfer added to the ranks here for Banzaillamers. I was surprised that he didn't add one earlier when he saw the WC-51 truck. Clearly he's a man who likes Shreks on his Volks. He does have 3 thereof. Anyway, no sign of Major Tech or Lieutenant Tech for Momo, so he's not changing tack with his tech. A demo charge has been established here for Momo, so that confirms that these engineers can indeed lay demo charges, as I suspected. You'd think I'd know these things by now. Anyway, Storm Pioneers here, going to be chewing up yet more dudes. They must be coming up for 3-star vet. They just do so much damage at this range. You cannot let them exist this close to you for very long. Nice incendiary as well, going to be forcing the units out of this building. So these riflemen sort of kind of getting outgunned a bit. Rear echelons on the right flank, though, doing some work. Over here on the right flank of the map, though, Kugelwagen and supporting Storm Pioneers actually capping up some ground here. The scoreline right now does favour Momo by about 117 tickets, 115 now. Oh, this demo charge, though. This demo charge could be big. Momo must be looking. Oh, there comes the fallback. Oh, okay, those Volks, 3-star Volks with a Shrek, gonna escape. So that is That is quite lucky there for Banzaillama's. He definitely would have lost those if Momo would have detonated that that demo charge, but he's not gonna. The Kugelwagen gets taken out though. I did just hear. Yeah, it gets taken out in this position. Looks like the captain with the Zooks was in the hood and able to destroy those. Banzaillama's though staying on top of most of his multitasking, gonna get those Storm Pioneers out of there, which is really nice. Boom! Oh, mines on the door gonna take care of the Panzer Fusiliers though, and that is the first big swing of the game. And now Banzaillama's is firmly behind. I mean, he was behind anyway based on Momo's superior tactics, positioning, and engagement. Now he's behind in terms of army size and composition too. Immediately going to replace the Fusiliers, which I don't mind at all. He doesn't really have the fuel to make use of a Schwerpanzer HQ yet. Although I suppose actually he could have saved that manpower, built the Schwerpanzer HQ, and then gotten out Obersoldaten. And I kind of like the idea of getting some Obersoldaten out at this juncture. Yeah, I do kind of like that. Anyway, no metal detectors out here, though, for Banzaillama, and that is going to be an issue. He's already lost one squad to mines. Momo clearly has demonstrated that he's a savvy mine user / abuser. So, dear God, look at the amount of capping that Momo's capping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points here. You give Momo an inch and he takes a mile. This is a man who wants to kill you very ruthlessly and efficiently. Pardon me. So, wow, basically. Just wow. Banzaillama now in a really bad place. He's going to have to take some really sweet fights to get out from under this. Here come the Storm Pioneers. Panzer Fusiliers are here as well. They're going to start chewing through one squad of riflemen. Momo gives them the respect they deserve. Up to 3 stars now, these Storm Pioneers. Additional... Yeah, so now they've got the stun grenades, which are really nice. He could use one on this building, actually. That would be really sweet. Does he have the munitions? Ugh. No, I don't believe he does. They do cost 30. So he's not going to have those munitions. More Panzer Fusiliers pouring in. I kind of like this as well, actually. Oh, wow, though. He needs to look out for these Storm Pioneers. They're getting hooned on. The captain here with the Tommy gun at close range. Banzaillama is going to get that squad out of there. Keep an eye on the top left to see if it survives. Meanwhile, a fight here in mid. More Storm Pioneers getting up close and personal, doing the work that they need to get done. But it's not enough. Momo now has weapon racks, so BARs are on these units, which is horrible damage. This is double BARs on 2 units of riflemen. Just chewing these guys apart. And this is why I kind of feel, I don't know, I'm not even sure if Obersoldaten would have been enough, actually. Maybe not. I mean, I was going to say, I kind of feel like this is why Obersoldaten would have been useful, because Obersoldaten can contend with BARs at long range, but I don't know, actually. I think that the Obersoldatens might have just had to spend too much time kiting and avoiding BARs and not enough time actually firing with their sweet LMGs. I don't know. Well, I'm not sure if Obers would have been the correct choice or if these Panzer Fusiliers are going to hack it. I think if he had the money to upgrade the Panzer Fusiliers with the recon packages, you know, then the Panzer Fusiliers would definitely have been correct, but like he just doesn't, so I just don't think these Panzer Fusiliers are really going to cut it against BAR riflemen. And let's not forget, a lot of these riflemen now 3-star, you know, like oh no, the Panzer Fusiliers just going to feed themselves across the open here into like BAR riflemen. Rear echelons here as well. That's not going to go well. More units are coming, but they're going to be too late. Look at these guys. They just got picked apart for no gains, more or less, against these guys. He has to get these Fusiliers out of here. They're taking a lot of damage. There goes a grenade, but that is a forlorn Model 23 there. Boom. Just going to do nothing. Storm Pioneers getting picked apart. Not even this like blob of infantry here is going to displace these riflemen. Just disgusting. And, I mean... Banzaillama's here, has his back against the wall. Here comes a Panzer II Lukes. Actually, I quite like this. But there's a Sherman coming. I still quite like the Panzer II, actually. Because the Sherman could fall foul of a rifle grenade, and there's three Zooks on these Volks. That's not bad at all. Got to be careful with this, actually. He doesn't want to get an anti-tank rifle grenaded. Bing! There goes the anti-tank rifle grenade. Boom! That was a bit foolish. He does have enough Storm Pioneers to repair that, though. Here comes the captain, though, and now this Panzer II is in trouble. Really big trouble. This is why I don't like getting tagged by that rifle grenade. Oh, no, don't lose your Panzer II like this. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, that is an ignoble end for the Axis light tank there. Just badly managed and just took it way too close to those riflemen. Way too close. Why would you ever do that? Oh, dearie me. That Panzer II could have been really good, but, I mean, you know, that's not the range that you want to be engaging riflemen at. It's also not the positioning either. I mean, where was he going to kite back easily from here? He would have had to go like, or like crush through here, I suppose. Like, I don't know. It just didn't look like a very good positioning for that Panzer II to be trying to take that fight, to be honest. Sherman entering the field. Momo here looking dominant. That was a fantastic game from him, really. And clearly, Banzaillama, no pushover. I mean, like, Banzaillama he ended the game here with 3 great squads of Volks, both of his Storm Pioneers still alive. He'd only lost like 1 squad of Panzer Fusiliers, really, and the Kubelwagen that entire game. But Momo, just taking the map, basically. And being so efficient with his tech as well. He did not feel the need to get the lieutenant and didn't need it in the end. This commander, yeah, it was useful, actually. The engineers did change the course of this battle with their mines. The half-track was, I believe, withdrawn and refitted. Pardon me. So I guess he's also making use of this withdraw and refit ability quite a lot, which is why his tech is so on curve. So yeah, I kind of like the choice of commander in the end, actually, for momo4sho. Banzaillamas really didn't get a lot of value, I feel like, out of this commander. The Panzer Fusiliers were never really able to shine any more than Volks in their place would have done. So, a nice pick of commander here, but unfortunately unable to realize it was Banzaillamas, and that is going to be one of the things that cost him this game. So fantastic play there from Momo, really good to see. This, I believe, concludes this video, so I will indeed be shortly signing out. I'm just wondering if there's anything else I need to mention before I go. I don't think so. Remember, of course, the ESL is now concluded. Yes, that's right. There's going to be no more ESL. The season is over, which I'm incredibly sad about, so I will not be casting ESL action this Sunday. We're looking into other things that we can do, though. I'm not really allowed to say very much about that until more concrete plans are in place. But, yep, there is going to be something else coming to replace that lovely ESL goodness. Don't you worry about that. So, for now, this is Magpie842 signing out.